Hello, 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 hello. Oh, hey, welcome to the nest. What's in your pockets? I don't know why I'm not centered. Yeah, that's bizarre. All right, I'll fix the camera in a second. Let's go ahead and see what's up. Late, just Nate. Welcome to the nest. What's in your pockets? Wyoming Adventure, Sheila. Please hit the subscribe and like button. Blessed EDC. Welcome to the nest. Show member. David Guidici. Welcome to the nest. What's in your pockets? What are you carrying? Cliff Bot. Nest member. Up, bam. Neil McKenzie. Hello there. Paul Mills. Yes, I do love you, Paul Mills. So needy. Welcome to the nest. What's in your pockets? Oh, am I on the wrong? Hang on. Yeah, that's it. The control's on the wrong camera. There we go. Ah, there I am. Ooh. Okay, got the camera fixed. I was putting on my microphone, didn't realize how close it was to the starting time. How's everybody doing? All y'all coming over from Shays. There's a late night crowd. Stephen Parks, welcome to the nest. What's in your pockets? I had a little nap earlier. I had to take it. I wouldn't have made it. Jeez, I was tired. All right, so on the board here, in case you slackers weren't in my live stream earlier, this is my carry for this week. And then once we get into this, we'll maybe either just sit here and talk about knives, or I can sharpen my chop too. Actually, let me try this. I'm gonna type of pull here. Ah, what the hell happened? Hang on. poll. I just did a poll. You guys want to chime in and check it out. What do you charge to sharpen a knife? Whatever it takes there, Cliff. Whatever it takes. Depends. Depends on the knife and what it depends on the knife is what kind of shape the knife is in and what kind of grind, if you want me to reprofile or whatever. But a straight sharpening would be about $25 plus shipping. And that's a hand sharpening with my whatchamacallit, my fixed angle sharpener. What did you have for dinner? We have to know. I had corn dogs tonight. Corn dogs and mac and cheese. The Cheeto variety. That's what I had for dinner. Yep, the TS Prof there, Paul. Exactly. I was thinking fixed angle. For some reason, angle wasn't popping into my head. So, okay, this is what I carried. Oh, what the heck? All right, well, that's no good. Now I gotta fix the other camera. What the hell? Did I bump? I think I bumped it. Damn it. Damn it, Janet. All right. I haven't had a problem with this camera before. Okay, I'm really not sure. Let me. Yeah, something wonky with my camera. Oh, maybe we won't be sharpening a knife. But let's take a look at the poll here. Chuta. Okay. Well, we'll see here in a second. I gotta fix this camera. These verticals suck. Let me make sure I'm looking at the right camera here. Oh, I see. 2C. Okay, that's the 2C. Now let's go ahead and try this again. Center the screen, and then That's what it went wonky. Okay. Shouldn't take me long now. Sorry about that, folks. Well, of course we'll be doing both. I'm going to be chatting while I'm sharpening, of course. Duh. I thought that was a given. How's that? That's a little better. I'm gonna have to leave it a little crooked, but wow, I don't know what the hell happened to my camera. All right, how about we end this poll? And I'll do the option. Add an option. Okay. How's that? That way. No smart asses. So, anyways, okay. Robin Dollum, Apex Carry EDC. Welcome to the nest. What's in your pockets? What are you carrying? Let's look at. Well, I was fucking with the camera. Let's see what I missed. So I'm going way back, and let's go. I'm just going to scan the chat. See if anybody snuck in. Let's see. Just when I think I'm going to bed, they pull me back in. Nice. Pole Barn Builder carrying a pair of 3. Welcome to the nest. What you have for dinner? Dave Guidici is carrying a Zero Tolerance 0808 Ferromonster Glideman DBD edition. Nice carry. My DBD Glideman should be arriving this week, I think. Neil McKenzie, no pockets, bedtime soon. I carry a knife until I go to bed. That's what I do. All right, so that's way behind, but I'm gonna catch up real quick. I'm not. Ron, what did you have for dinner? I already told you. I had corn dogs and some Cheeto mac and cheese, Cheeto Kraft mac and cheese. Let's see. It has a mind of its own. I know. No, I think what happened was the controls for my camera were switched. So when I was trying to adjust one camera, the other camera got wonky because I didn't know I was operating the wrong camera. Gonzo! Did I see Gonzo in here? I think I did, but the chat jumped. Yeah, Gonzo Wick. Welcome to the nest. You forget the third option. I like rocks. Well, my third option is always shut up and give me a knife. I'm staying tonight until I either pass out or Ron ends the show. Nice. That's a good Padawan. Bug out for me always in my sweatshirt pocket of whatever sweatshirt I'm wearing. Nice. Robert Willoughby, welcome to the nest. What's in your pockets? What are you carrying? What'd you have for lunch? What? Sorry, I thought Colleen said something from the peanut gallery, and she wasn't talking to me, I don't think. All right, let's look at this. Sharper than BS.
I said, was it somebody had steak asada, burritos?
Oh. So who had the steak burrata, the steak asada? Asada. Asada. Steak asada. David Guidici? Or Guidi? Who had the steak asada? Colleen, even though she's as far away from Mexican as possible, or Hispanic as possible, she speaks fluent Spanish. Super cute miss having birds. Are they flying? I'm staying. Okay, I saw that. Bug out for me always. Blah blah blah. Anyways, yeah. So she was screaming at me in Spanish. Around, I carried my ABW Model 1, a button lock today. Love this thing. Nice. Carry what you love. That was from Robin Dollum, otherwise known as Apex Carry EDC. I missed that. Sheila, I have some rocks I polished. I need to show you. Are we polishing rocks now? Pounding rocks? What if Ron passes out? Then what are you doing? All right, I am at the bottom of the chat. What do you know? So, okay, here's what I carried. This is, I believe this is the Emperor Penguin from Olotans. It's a fantastic. Oh, I got a cut right here, and that hurt. Crossbar lock on this thing, and it's obviously almost penguin shaped. Nice Warncliffe, sheep's cliff kind of knife. Put this over to the side. Oop, I'll put it over here. This is the Oltan 059. I did a box opening for this. If you check out my channel, and this is a very, I mean, I showed you the purple one before, purple handled one, but this is the PI / Ultim version, which I love in certain knives. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but you know, all you have to do is get the right knife in Ultim, and you'll be hooked forever. Just like if you get the right bottle of wine, you become a wine snob. And here's the Benchmade Griptilian that I won from Zach stuff. And if you watch the box opening, I couldn't flip this, reverse flick it, but I figured out how to do it just after the live stream, of course. Full review coming next week, and then I'll do a scale swap video. So yeah, I like this thing. It's a little chunky handle though. I polish semi-precious stones for my son, and I gather in the creeks. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. I used to like going to the beaches of Lake Erie and picking up the sand-worn glass, you know, from like 7-Up bottles or milk bottles, or you know, they tumble in the sand and the rocks, and they get all nice and not quite polished, but they get all worn, and that's cool. We used to go try to collect as much glass as we can. I miss those days. That's what we used to do, at least on Lake Erie. And here's the Migron Morioro, a very slept upon knife, around 50 something to $60 knife, and it's a excellent knife. Be right back. Can't hear Ron? Gonna restart the phone. Yeah, if you can't hear me, hurry back. Oh, never mind. I hear you. David, turn up the hearing aids. Wyoming benches. You big words this late is not good. Just say volcanic glass. Without being a phone for almost a month is being without a phone for almost a month is I can imagine. Holy crap. It was a cochlear Bluetooth issue. All right, so here's the Migron Morioro, and this is that I always have to look at the box because I've never heard of this. It's a Amazon knife, beer and knife. It's almost feed weed ish looking. The steel is D2. I won this from Lieutenant Text. I actually like this little bugger, and look how neat how cool the blue thumb stud is in that pivot screw. And even on the non-show side, this is neat. Of course, unfortunately, they have a couple decent other looking knives on Amazon, but unfortunately, they're all just flipper only. And they got a kukri like small fixed blade that actually comes with a lanyard, so you can put it around your neck. But it's a fixed blade, so I'm not going to get that. I'd like to get a cool kukri folder. But I like this little thing. You can't wait to sharpen it. It's supposed to be D2. And it did come sharp, but I want to, bring it down to 14 degrees and shit. So, and then here's the Chop 2. Been carrying this. I'd love it with the thumb disc. I broke my phone a couple days before my birthday and can't afford a new one, so I'm SOL. I hear you. I can't do my work job without my work job. I can't do my work without a phone. And see, since the company I work for offers crap phones, I spend $1,000 to have a decent phone, because I use it for personal use. they pay my phone bill, but I pay for the phone. So I think that's kind of a fair exchange. If they gave us decent phones, I'd be okay with living with a just a company phone. But so we're gonna be sharpening this here in a little minute. Right after my first break. I remember being stuck by a wall because phones were like, oh yeah, yep. We had a really long cord, and I'd be on the phone with the, the receiver with the handset, corrected my shoulder, and I'd sit there and I'd try to unravel and unwind that cord. Because we had a wall phone, and I just barely remember having party lines. I don't know if anybody who's old enough to remember party lines, but yeah, you get on the phone and somebody else will be talking, like, okay, and then you have to hit the hook to get a clear line. Really, Sheila? I didn't think you were old enough to remember party lines. Holy crap. Yeah, I'm waiting on quite a few knives. I'm waiting on a purple lemon shark, DVD glide bin, and well, I think that's it. So it's just two. I think. Yeah. Loved my I didn't, because I was a field service tech, so when my pager go off a fucking number, I'd have to find a goddamn phone booth. If you guys remember phone booths, I'd have to find a goddamn phone booth to make the phone call. But I'm gonna, even though we're not gonna start sharpening here for a few minutes, I'm gonna break out my sharpener. Oh, I don't know what just fell. Apparently, there was a petrified fish on the base of my sharpener. So I'm just going to go ahead and get stuck. Oh, we're what? We're a 50-50? Holy crap. 14 votes. Hey, for all you guys that voted before, vote again. The previous poll is invalid. Or is invalid. So I think it is interesting that kids today who have never used an old school landline phone will instinctively know what to do with it when presented with a new one. Yeah, except for scrolling up is would be a bitch. Let me find the right tool. Might be too small. Yeah. I love the translucent colored pagers. Oh, I had no fancy pagers like that. How can I vote again? Oh, I'm just talking about on the, you know, if you voted on the first poll, because this is a different poll, Sheila. Why, did you want to change your mind? Oh, jeez, beast. Party line, three-way calling. Yeah. Poll does not matter. You are sharpening and BSing. Who said that? I don't have to sharpen. That's just an option. Put a pager through a washer. Ooh, that's no good. Not good for the pager anyways. So what I'm doing is I'm switching I'm switching knife holders for my TS Prof from the small knife holder to this. I think the Chop 2 will benefit doing it this way. I don't know. I don't know if it actually is going to make a difference or not. I might have to switch back. And I just noticed my chat isn't moving. Let me hit on this little arrow. There we go. Now I'm current. Polyodor at 865. Welcome to the nest. It's Dog One. Welcome to the nest. Nest member. Oh, Neil's gone. Oh, I miss him. Good night, Neil. We're all old here. Yeah, judging by some of your profile pictures, I could say that. One doesn't need to see my head that big. Jeez, you know, I wear a size 8 hat, or actually 7 7/8 hat. So I got a big head, and you don't need to have it in your face. We'll all have to wake up in 4 hours and wander around the house. Okay, you have a good night, Jay. My father beamed me in the head with a pager, and it was heavy. Oh, I bet. But what the hell did you do to get beamed in the head with a pager? That's what one needs to ask. That's the question to ask. Anyone interested in a mini EXO in 3V? Got one for grabs. Dude, is that the gravity knife that everybody wants? Laugh out Gonzo, he told me to get a haircut. I said, go to Alcoholic Anonymous. Saying, yeah, well, you deserve that one. Really. I mean, you might have been right, but you deserve that one. Do I see a garnet? A what? Sheila, huh? You're talking to me? Garnet. Are you talking to Cliff? I meant we all have to get up in 4 hours and wander around the house. I don't. I will. Because, well, not 4 hours. 6.5 hours. All right, let me get this position, and then okay, put this up here, put this down here, open this up. Uh-oh. Let me put this on upside down. I did. I will take a better look later, Cliff, but that one stood out right away. Okay. Took me a second to figure out what you were talking about, Sheila, but I verstay. In case you don't know what that means, it means I understand in German. I understand in English too, but yeah, that's what it means in German. Verstay. I know the tiger eye, or the eye of the tiger. Sheila, do you know what the sapphire blue one is? Probably sapphire blue. Or could be a blue glass. Just saying. Just being a smartass and not knowing for sure what you all are talking about. Okay, been a while since I used these holders, so I couldn't remember what screw, what size screw Allen to use. Oh shit. That's no bueno. I might be switching holders again because I didn't realize I unscrewed that much and the screw fell out. Let me terrain follow me. Cliff sent me a picture of rocks. Yeah, I figured, Sheila. But when you talked, I didn't know who you were talking to, so I immediately thought you were asking me, do you see garnet? And I'm thinking, I had to look at the board, and I'm not seeing anything on my board that looks like garnet. Problem is, I can only move my chair around so much because there's no space. I didn't know where I don't remember where I put my spare screws at. Damn it. Hate that when it happens. You know, it's different when I was, if I'm taking a knife apart and I accidentally drop a screw, that's understandable. But when I'm working my damn clamps, so I'm going to ignore the chat for a minute. See, now with this glass, and I know that the stupid screw hit the glass. God only knows where it bounced to. Damn it. I'll get to watch me look for a screw. Robin, I have severe nerve damage in my right arm, so freehand doesn't work for me. I have to eventually get a fix. Freehand sharpening doesn't work for a lot of people. It didn't work for me. Well, I actually got pretty good. I was able to get really sharp knives, but I couldn't get. They were all convex. Convex edges, and I wanted to. Oh, I see it. Ta-da! Tra-tra! If I get pick it up, for God's sake. Whew. Oh, dang, Tom, I'm sorry to hear. That makes sense then. I've looked at the Knife sharpener. That's basically a small tabletop grinder. Wonder if that might work. I have one, Robin, and it works great, but it tends to put a slightly convex edge on the edges. So what I like to use it for is for knife repair. You know, you got a knife that has a chip or something like that. on it, so you're not sitting there forever on a freaking grinder on the stones. Besides, those belts are cheaper than these stones are. Just saying. Okay. So you can see, I am putting the knife in the holder slightly wonky because that way I can hit this edge and this edge, and I'm gonna have to clear the there we go, hit this edge and this edge without having to move the knife. I aspire to be as good as Ron one day. Well, thanks, Robin, even though I know you're kidding. Oh, Thomas, sorry about it. Sorry you had pain. Pain is terrible. I live with it daily. Not sure why that's so wonky. I'm going to be finally sharpening my Tri-Sash OG satin tomorrow, and a couple other knives. Nice. I had to sharpen my Tri-Sash 2. I was kind of forced to because shit, I see what I did. Okay. And tighten this down enough. There we go. Hate it when that happens. Because I accidentally dropped my Tri-Sash and I chipped my blade. So I had to sharpen the chip out. It was only a little chip, so I didn't have to break out the can of onion. Just did it on the stone. And there's still a little rough edge right where it chipped, but I'll be able to get that. I didn't want to take off any more steel than I had to. Yeah, I bet you do, Jay. The Cadet is good. I contemplated getting a Cadet, but I happen to have the cash, and I thought, you know, I'll probably regret getting something other than the KO3. Right now, I believe, at least last time I saw, which was a couple days ago, TS Prof has a sale going on. I do have a affiliate link for the KO3 for TS Prof in my in the description of the videos. You don't get a discount as far as I know, but it does help the channel, just so you know. I think they're selling a Pioneer for $250, and they're saying that I can't prove this or not, but they're saying it's the lowest price ever. But that sounds like something a company would say regardless. All right, so let me put my wand down, and then we'll take a break, and then I'll sharpen this damn knife. Oh. Oh man, it feels like it's been forever since I sharpened a knife on this thing. Only been a couple weeks, for God's sake. God, I almost feel like I'm doing this backwards. Okay, so I got that started. Let's go take a break, and I'm gonna kill the feature chat. There we go, so it doesn't get in the way of seeing the sharpening bit. Okay. Bless the Lord, I confess I used drugs to get through horrors, to get to the other side, then microdose down to weaker meds, then weed, now knives, and you good folks. Blessed, that is the heck of a dog one. My cervical was so bad that they had to recurve my neck by fusing 4C and C7, and cleared out so much stenosis that the doctor said it was like scooping out ice cream. Ooh. Okay, so Nice clean towel. Oh, you gotta like that. All right. All right. These towels are great for stuff like this. Okay, why don't we go have a smoke? Holy crap! I bet Jay. That sounds intense. What the hell? Wyoming Venture. I used to do paracord. Have not in a while. Last thing I did was a 7-foot long King's Crown dog leash and a double Cobra knot dog collar. After that, I was paracorded out. Yeah, I bet. I bet. Okay, where's my phone? Okay. I think I left my phone in the living room, so I'm gonna stop by the living room, grab my phone, and we'll go outside and have a smoke, and then come in, and then I'll sharpen this freaking knife. Sound like a deal? All right, let me kill this camera. All right, let's go. I need to come up with a decent song to whistle or hum for these field trips. Oh, I need to plug my phone in. Ah, crap. There's a cricket in my garage. Ooh. Okay. So let me pull up the chat. Let me get us in top all messages. There we go. Now I can see the full chat. So everybody ready for this? I always wanted to learn the snake knot, but can't get it down for some reason. I did paracord for a minute. Did a whole bunch of lanyards that I gave away for giveaways. Then that was before I started getting Kelly's paracord lanyards. My lanyards were so. They were okay. Kelly even got one in a giveaway she won for me. I forgot I didn't even think about pulling out my lanyards. She didn't criticize me too much. I'm losing my... What? God bless it. I'm losing my home. Haven't had... Oh, I'm sorry, Robin. That blows. David, I thought you were gonna hang out until you either passed out or I ended the stream. Some Padawan you are. You have a good night, David. I used to work 60-hour weeks, making decent money so I could just buy whatever I wanted. Now I can't even afford my bills. It really messes with your head. I know, Thomas. I know what you're saying. Unfortunately, I spent my 401k, had a good time doing it, but should not have done so, because now I'm of getting the where retirement is a real thing, and I can't afford to retire because I can't afford to live on just on Social Security. Cliff, landlady, is going to let her kids stay there while they remodel to sell. Getting kicked out, renting sucks. Yeah, it does. Yes, it does. I was lucky enough to not have to do that. Then my landlady who owned my house, which was the ex, I got kicked out of the house so she could sell it. Didn't see any money from it, and I had to move into a 2-bedroom apartment, and I lost all my, I had to leave all my woodworking equipment behind. Didn't have to leave it behind. I just didn't have time or anything like that. Didn't contemplate that I would ever own another house for me to use the stuff. So I got rid of it and had to rebuy all that stuff later. If houses weren't 1-2 mil, maybe it would be a possibility of I'll tell you. Luckily here in Nevada, northern Nevada, it still isn't bad. You can get a decent 2-3 bedroom house for around 400 grand. Jay, you could still pick it. Sounds like you want to pick it back up again. You could still make money selling lanyards or paracord items. All right, let's get in there and start sharpening. Okay, I had to kick off my slippers. Let me I need to plug my phone in. If I can reach the cord. There we go. Phone's plugged in. It's all nice and happy. Okay. Let me turn this camera back on so you can see me. All right. Can you all see the knife? There we go. That's a better one. Yeah, that's better right there. All right, let me check the bevel. I mean, the angle. Okay, 14 degrees here. This side. Let's see this side. 13.8. So let me make this 14. And 13.9. There you go. Yeah. Okay. Too far here. All right, here we go. Ah, crap. Rats. Yeah. Okay, all that work for nothing. I may not even get to sharpening this knife. That's kind of blows. Let me take the knife out of the handle. I'm glad I live in a small town, but it's not cheap here. I hear you, Sheila. How many people live in your town? $4,000. That is a small town. Town I live in, 20,000. Okay. We'll get there. Jesus, where do you live, Robin? What city is that? Town Bless says town I live in has about 100K population. That's pretty big town. Just saying. Buffalo, Wyoming thinks it's Jackson, Wyoming, unfortunately. Yeah. Seattle. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I like Seattle. To visit. My son one time had a job working for Amazon. He had a nice little studio apartment. And he lived walking distance from Amazon in Seattle. Unfortunately, that job was short-lived. Amazon is why it sucks to me. Yeah, I can imagine. Tesla is the reason why there's so many people living in my town. Because of the Gigafactory. I don't know if y'all heard of it. That's it's over USA Parkway. It's halfway between Fernley, the town I live in, and Reno, Nevada. So this is kind of a bedroom community. We have a Walmart, a Rayleigh's grocery store, a Smart and Final, and it's fast food restaurants. Bunch of 3 Mexican restaurants and 3 Chinese restaurants. That's my town. It's just one small town inside of a greater San Diego, which is, yeah, I've visited San Diego. I love San Diego. I love, but well, I've only visited. Was there for a Civil Air Patrol thing at camp. I can't remember the Marine camp there. Okay, let's try this again. And also had to install a press, help install a press. I was about useless doing it because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I'm not an installer. I was just a warm body. But all right, let's check this angle. 13.8. 13.9, 14. 14.1. Okay, we're good. All right, let's get to sharpening. Now, since I'm reprofiling, this might take a while. All right, so when you're sharpening a knife, you want to use the coarsest stone you can that you have for profiling. This is the most important stone. This is the stone that's going to create your apex. Apex is the point where the two angles meet. Apex is the tippy top. And so you want to create your bevel, your apex. Once you create the apex, your knife is sharp. Then what you're going to do is then you're going to refine that edge. So it's the same thing if you're sharpening freehand. And I recommend, I can't recommend enough to get the best stones you can afford, because it's going to say Camp Pendleton. That's it. Most people assume that Camp Pendleton is part of Oceanside, California. It is in fact not. Camp Pendleton is its own city with its own zip codes. Yeah, because it's huge. But we had our encampment at Camp Pendleton, We actually stayed in the Quonset huts that were used for what the hell is the name of the show? It was also a movie, Clint Eastwood movie. Oh, I'm tired. I'm having a hard time. I'm having a huge senior moment. Gomer Pyle is the show. We stayed in those Quonset huts, and the same Quonset huts were used for that Clint Eastwood movie, where they had to go to a Grenada. No, not Grenada. Grenada was the Brits. Geez, I can't remember. It was in the 80s. I was in the Air Force at that time. Why is that moving? I was going to say, my monitor shouldn't be moving. Monitor's on a separate table. Yeah, that encampment, because I was I was in charge. I was director of cadet programs. I got let me go ahead and kill the poll. %53% says sharpening. So it was a close split. We used to break horses growing up, so loved the lifestyle. Gotcha. Lived and worked in Dallas, got burnt out, moved to a mountain, back to Rockwell, Texas, back and forth, release steam, then build it up. Equilibrium. Oh, let me shed some light on this. There we go. All right, so you see what I'm doing here is I'm sharpening this, the point of the tanto, and this separately. So essentially, it's almost like I'm sharpening two different knives. All right, let's swap sides. So it's important to have a really good coarse stone for your first stone, because it is, like I said, your most important, because this is where you actually create your edge. The rest of the stones are used to refine that edge. I honestly hate California. Only came here because my grandmother was sick when I was younger and got stuck here ever since. Gotcha. I actually like California. It has its issues, that's for damn sure. Too many liberals. Sorry, hate to get into politics, but actually I'm not going to get into politics. Those people. Anyways, you know, and it's so expensive, that's for sure. But great thing about California is it's got everything. Everything. You want snow? Go to the mountains, only a couple hours away. You want sun? A couple hours away. You want the beach? A couple hours away. Well, the country is light's different. Distance from the equator, something, I don't know. Bozeman is now called Bose Angeles by the locals that have lived in Montana all their lives, and I'm not joking. Well, you know, I'll tell you, I was on Facebook here. I was getting tired of hearing about the Californians. So Nevada used to be primarily a conservative state, but because of all the Californians that moved here, yeah, I understand. I hear you, Colleen. I don't know why you didn't just post that up in the chat, but anyways, taxes are high in California, that's for sure. But what's worse is the economy. It's expensive to just live in California, period. But I gotta tell you, California's got everything, you know? From living there for 20 years, it's a hell of a place. Especially the Bay Area. I mean, expensive, sure, but it's just a great. I can't speak bad about California, other than the prices. But unfortunately, I got to a point where I couldn't afford to live in California anymore. So when I was offered a position here in Nevada, where it's income tax free, because they make their money from the gambling, I jumped at the chance. But luckily, I only live 4 hours away from California. Well, actually, closer. An hour away, because I can go to, there's a store in an area called Hallelujah Junction, where I can go there to buy California lottery tickets. That's in California. But to get to California proper, it's about 3-4 hours. 3 hours to Sacramento. But to get to the Bay Area, it's 4 hours. The only thing wrong with California is that I don't live there anymore. Born and raised in California, and it will always be the best for me. Yeah, Colleen. Understood. And I understand how you feel that way. I honestly do. I gotta tell you, though, I'd be living in Ohio, in the Cleveland area, if it wasn't for the weather. Because I would have definitely tried to get a position with my company in Ohio. If I made the money I make now in Ohio, I'd live like a king. Wow. That's a long time to be sharpening. Is it one knife? Is it that hard to sharpen, William? I just couldn't afford it. Beautiful Sierra Mountains. Yeah, they are beautiful. I just hate driving through them. When I was younger, driving through the mountains was not a problem. Now I have to, if I'm driving through the mountains, it has to be under specific conditions. Good weather and daylight. Yes, reprofiling it. Wow. What kind of stones are you using, William? So let's take a look at the edge bevel with my microscope. If I still have a charge, yeah. Can you see that? Still got a little more to go. See, if you see this, let me find the edge. There you go. You can see that I've not quite made the apex. Here is you can see the burr. Let me see if turning off this light helps. I really, you know what? I think tomorrow one of the things I'm gonna do, besides record some videos, is I'm gonna hook up my microscope to the computer so you guys can really see this. Got a pretty good bevel going. Still some profiling there. It looks like I need to work on this side a lot more. All right. Seems to be a good steel like Magna, but it's actually supposed to be much better than Magna Cut. That's Magnamax. Let's see. I missed some of the chat, so I'm going to scroll up. I have a scapegoat in Magnamax. I never got to the Bay Area, unfortunately. Oh, that's a shame, Sheila. When I was married, we did an anniversary trip to Montana. We actually lived in. We actually did a trip to Idaho, and then drove over to what's that big lake, Sheila? God, I can't remember what it's called. Okay, we had to go through the. We took the highway to the sun. And God, I forget what the big lake is called. That's where I discovered Moose Drool. Beer. Loved it. It's one of my favorite beers. That and Downtown Brown from Lost Coast Brewery, Eureka, California. No, it's the big lake. Jesus. Oh, sorry, not Wyoming. Not Wyoming. It was Montana. I'm sorry. I got my states confused. And I forget, which state is Big Sky Country? Is that Wyoming or is that Montana? I think it's Wyoming. When I was moving to California, I was living in Ohio, Cleveland, actually Eastlake, Ohio, to be exact. But I had to pick up a company car in this is a different company I worked for. Company car in Louisville, Kentucky. Flew into Cincinnati, drove to Louisville, Kentucky. Took a cab to Louisville, Kentucky, picked up a vehicle, and drove from Louisville, Kentucky to Cleveland, Ohio. Stayed there for a week or vacation, and make arrangements for my personal stuff to be shipped. Anyways, yeah, and then I drove a Chevy Astro van from Cleveland, Ohio to the Bay Area in California. And I had forgot my sunglasses at my mom's house. And let's see, I ended up arriving in the Bay Area day before New Year's Eve. So I had to drive through a lot of snow. And it was just after a major snowstorm too. So anyways, I made it okay until I got to Wyoming, and I had to stop and get a pair of sunglasses because that snow reflecting off the sun, reflecting off the snow, was just killer. I was definitely getting snow blinded. Oh, yeah. It was Glacier. Sorry, it was Glacier National Park that I got to visit. Thanks, Wyoming. Yeah, Wyoming Adventure. I know there are a good amount of prisons there. Paul Bills, I never had any problems with S30V, but back when I was into overbuilt zero tolerance and stuff like that. Well, I'll be sharpening that Griptilian, which is the S30V. I have not sharpened an S30V yet. S35, yes, not S30V. So it'll be an adventure. All right, you have a good night's sleep, dog one, and enjoy Sunday. Yeah, I thought Crater Lake was cool too. I drove all the way around it. That was a long drive. Beautiful. I went to Redding, California, and liked it. I really wanted to see the redwood forest. Oh, Muir Woods in the Bay Area, great place to see redwoods. Or, God, I actually got to drive through a redwood forest. I mean, a redwood tree, which was a little nerve-wracking because there was only inches on either side of the car. Well, you know what's impressive? Is seeing the sequoias. Go to Sequoia National Park near, well, I can't remember what it's near at the moment. But Sequoia National Park, now, them some trees. Now that's man, trees as wide as a house. Holy crap. But yeah, the redwood forests are really cool. Them be some tall trees. This reprofiling can be a chore, especially when you're going the angle I'm sharpening at, or two. But I'm getting there. Almost done with the first stone anyways. Google that shit, Paul Mills. What's a 420 HC? That's what kind of knife do you have in 420 HC? I'm surprised we haven't got any weird people. I haven't seen I can't even. Yeah, in the redwood forest. Yeah, just off the highway. There's a big redwood tree you can actually drive through. There were several at one time, but fires and such. I don't even know if that tree still exists, because it's been a while since I've driven through the redwoods. It's a little nerve-wracking there, Sheila, because there was a whole lot of space on either side of the car. Yeah, definitely. My sister used to drive the highway coast for days sometimes. Sheila, the coastal drive is breathtaking. Highly recommend off season if you can. Oh, hey, everybody in the chat, who's all been to San Simeon? No, not San Simeon. Yeah, San Simeon. The Hearst Castle. Let's see hands. Who's all been to Hearst Castle? Colleen? If I remember right, there's four different tours. At least when I went there was 4 tours that you can go through. I only went through the one. I'd like to go through the others. Where is it? It's on the coast of California. It's in a town called San Simeon, just south of Paso Robles, on the coast. Paso Robles is a little inland, nice little great wine country. Paso Robles specializes in Oh Jesus. No, I can't remember the grape. I can't believe that. I'm tired. But yeah, about 3 hours. I think Hearst Castle is about 4 hours from the Bay Area, south. Just north of Santa Barbara. On the Pacific Coast Highway. Southern Californians love to call their freeways, their highways, by names. From the Bay Area, we say it's on 1, Highway 1. There's lots of different wine countries, wine areas in California. Sheila, one of my favorites was it's in Northern California, near the town of holy moly, Boontown, Boonville. Should have definitely talked to Ron, you know. But right now, not a good time. I can't remember. Memory's not working for me at the moment. But look up Boonville. Boone, Boonville. Yeah. Google that shit. Boonville actually has its own language. It's a dying language because less and less people are able to speak Boont. But that area is great for Pinot Noirs. That's my favorite grape. Oregon's a great place. And for Pinot Noirs, and also down near Santa Barbara for Pinot Noir, which is my favorite. You know, you have Napa. But Napa's all the wine areas are, with the exception of the Northern California one. I forget what the appellation's called. Anyways, the Northern California one is actually less touristy. And the Paso Robles, although expensive now because they discovered that, hey, you know, I mean, I used to be able to stay in Paso Robles at a Holiday Inn Express for $100 a night. Now you can't get in there for anything less than $3. Yeah, I used to be able to get a hotel there at the Holiday Inn Express. Just use points, but not no more. Couldn't handle it any more than a day, huh, Sheila? In Stockton. That's where I met Colleen. Stockton, California. She was living there. Getting there. I can understand that, Sheila. It is freaky, especially when people are changing lanes and shit. 6-lane highway. Deliver them from where there, William Hornbustle? I'm taking it you're a truck driver? Out of Oakland, I see. I lived in San Leandro, William. San Leandro was in the Bay Area, which was south of Oakland, north of a town called Hayward. It shared a border with Oakland. That's where I lived in the Bay Area. Then moved to Concord. And then from Concord to Nevada. Concord, California, that is. Okay, almost there. I'll work on this tip a little bit. Well, Sheila, you caused a big backup. There was a bridge that went over the Bay Bridge that was only 2 lanes in each direction. It was constantly a car would break down or whatever, cause a backup for hours. And we're talking about like 3 hours being stuck on a fucking bridge. And God forbid it was on, if the breakdown was on the high rise, you know, you're a couple hundred feet above the bay. That sucked. But luckily they built a 3rd lane going in each direction. And built in also some cutout lanes for if your car does break down, you can be pushed or towed or pushed or whatever. Or if you're gonna break down or you're a flat tire, you can pull in a little whatchamacallit, a turnoff, so you're not blocking traffic. That changed my commute immensely. I thought Donner Pass was beautiful. Lake Tahoe, yeah. Lake Tahoe is definitely beautiful. This front bevel's ugly, but William Hornbustle. I was in downtown Oakland during the big World Series earthquake, just a mile away from the collapse. You know, I saw that on TV. I ended up moving to the Bay Area just a few months later, but I remember seeing it on the tube. Yeah, the cypress structure just collapsed. Luckily, the World Series was going on at that time, because otherwise more people would have gotten killed during that earthquake, because they would have been on that freeway. That I don't recall, Paul. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, no, because that was the World Series. So, yeah, Paul, it was the World Series, not the All-Star game. Well, Sheila, I'm used to playing tour guide in the Bay Area. But like I said, the Bay Area is a few hours away. And I'm getting old to drive down there and drive back in one day. That's a little tough. It can be confusing, but with the GPS these days, makes your life easier. Back when I moved to California, we didn't have GPS. I had a paper map. That was no bueno. Okay, I think we're finally profiled. And clean this stone off. Clean the knife off. We're going to take a break. And then I'll come in and put on another stone. And the rest will be quick. Yeah, I'll have to work on that tip later. That bevel. Oh, well, that's fine. It's my knife. I was living in Texas when that quake hit, and it took forever to get a hold of my mom and family. Oh, wow. I didn't know that, baby. I didn't know you were in Texas at that time. Yeah, it just... Yeah, I was living in my mom's house in Ohio when that happened. When the earthquake hit. All right. right. I got my phone. Got the chat. Am I in Yep, all messages. Yep. Okay. Let's go out for that smoke. I'll turn that camera off. I didn't even know about the Cypress Freeway for days, and I was close to it. Wow. I'm with you, Kylie. Although we didn't have earthquake drills, we had bomb drills. I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio. The basement of our high school, which was built in 1906, not a high school. The basement of my elementary school was a bomb shelter. Now, I don't know if you guys heard of the Collinwood fire, Collinwood elementary school fire, but there was an elementary school in Cleveland, Ohio called Collinwood Elementary, and it caught on fire during school time, and apparently all the doors opened inwards, and 300 kids and teachers got trapped in that school, and in the school, and they got killed in that fire, and it was obviously a huge disaster. That was in like 1905 or 1903 or something like that. Anyways, for some reason, I lost the live stream on my phone. Anyways, so on that oh, there we go. On that property, they built another school, just shifted over to the side. Where the actual school is Memorial Gardens, and they built another elementary school right next to it, and they called it Memorial Elementary School, and that was the elementary school I went to when I was a kid. The school building still stands. It is no longer a school, though. I don't know what they use it for. But it was a sad sight to see. When I was visiting my mom one time, I drove past the elementary school and see that it was fenced off, no longer used. That was sad. Yeah, Paul Mills. Yeah, it is. It is. I shouldn't have done it this late night. I'll fix it later. I'm just gonna go through the stones. Yeah, the grind is off on one side. I should have used my narrow stones, but since I was reprofiling, the narrow stones don't have the grit. My great-grandmother, great-grandpa has a high school and college named after him in California. Really, Cliff? Wow. Oh, okay. Well, it's true about my. So I'm using a fixed angle sharpening system, but my apex is not even. Yeah, uneven grind. So whichever is the longest, what you have to do is spend a hell of a lot more time on the other side of the blade to work the grind down. Or you could just leave it, and because you don't want to take off that much steel. Yeah, you spent too much time on one side there, William. But it's same for my case there, Paul. I did the same thing on the one side. I was chatting instead of paying attention when I was sharpening. But it'll be sharp and it'll cut things. Just the one side won't look pretty. But when I get sick and tired of looking at that part of the tip of my knife, I will fix it. I'll probably break out my Ken onion for that. So I won't be doing it forever. But we're looking at maybe another 20 minutes of sharpening and I'll be done. Sharpening during a live stream always takes longer. No matter what knife, no matter how easy it is. For the last vertical live stream, I managed to get it all done. I managed to get 2 knives sharpened in 2 hours. Let me plug my phone back in. All right. I had to. Why? How can it not be the same angle? It is, William, it is the same angle. You just spent way too much time on one side. Well, that might be true too. You need to use your angle finder. But it could also be the original grind. You know, they may not have, I don't know what knife you're sharpening, but they may have done a crappy grind on the blade. .9 14. Okay, good enough. It can. but your knife can be sitting in the holders kind of crooked. That's why when you saw me when I started, I first verified, made sure that my angles were the same on both sides, and every time I changed stones, I double check. Oh, you don't have an angle finder there, William? Oh, snap. I definitely wouldn't sharpen a knife on a fixed angle system without an angle finder. That's for sure. They're not that expensive. Although I like the KO3 because it has the built-in one. You can't see it. Let me show you. See, let me turn it on so you can see it. See it flash low, and then the number 13.9. Let me zoom in on a little bit. Oh, I'm operating the wrong camera. So you can see the angle finder. It's built in onto the shaft. There we go. How come? Why'd you have to put painter's tape on it? Damn it. Now this recording ended. All right, William, you have a good night. And we'll see you tomorrow on the live streams. Yeah, I'm going to be calling this quits soon. Time to change stones. I'm on my last stone. That's because I'm guessing you're probably on the bevel. But you go to CB's. I use alcohol to clean everything first, though. Can't be on the, if you're on the angle of the knife with your knife holder, it's hard to get a stable hold. Unless you say like here's this screw here that allows the holders to either be even, parallel, or at an angle so you can grip the stone better. Ron, I sent the Petrified Fish Victor. Oh, okay, cool. Cool, Sheila. And I'll see what I can do about it. I think it's a simple fix, but we'll see. We'll talk about it once I got it, and we'll see what you want me to do with the knife. You still have my address, do you, Sheila? Yeah, if not, just let me know in Instagram when you're going to send it, and I'll give you my address. Oh, it could be fixed there, Sheila, for sure. I'm positive. But I'll know better if I can look at it under a microscope. You were, when you showed it off, it was a moving target trying to see on that video. No, I don't. Okay. Yeah. Just, because of the way IG works, shit gets lost real quick. Just shoot me a message on IG when you're going to do it, and I'll send you my address. That way you won't, you'll be able to find it easy. Because if I send it to you now, you might have to hunt for it. We might as well keep things simple. Okay, I think I'm done. And clean off the stone, clean off the blade, and do a little stropping. See, once you get the apex, oops, damn it. Yeah, cool, that works. Once you get the apex created, the rest of the sharpening comes quick. You go with 4 micron, or I think it's really 3 micron, but I didn't bother to change the marker. All right, let's check the bevel, the angle, 14, 14. All righty. Take the knife off the stone, off the holder. Then I'll use my ceramic rod to get rid of any burr I have left. You know what I should have done before I started was verified the sharpness by doing a cut test ahead of time. But I didn't do that. But there we go. And let me switch cameras. I still have a little bit of a burr, I think. Let's see. Yeah. Might have to take it to strop again. But it is toothy. All right, let's do this. Yeah, see, it's catching right there. Yeah, there you go. That's much better. Look at that. See that? Woohoo! You know, I once doing Neves' live stream. He was doing a sharpening live stream, and I happened to be driving, so I was using voice to text. So I did a little super chat to get his attention, and you have to do when you're talking to Neves during the live streams like that, you have to wait till you know that he's going to be looking at his phone or whatever he's using to read the chat. Ooh, that's too close. Anyways, so I did that, did the thing, and I said, I'm having a problem getting my knife sharp enough to cut paper towel. What should I, any tips? And Jared's wife gets on, she says, get better paper towels. I thought that was fucking hilarious. I was swerved off the fucking freeway because, you know, when I laugh, I can't see. Because, you know, my eyes are so slitty. When I laugh, my vision goes away. So, yeah, that was hilarious. Get better paper towels. But he did offer a tip, and that tip, I can't remember exactly what it was exactly what I needed. So, you know, I forget the name of the dude that I actually learned how to sharpen on freehand sharpening. But anyways, I was able to get my knife sharp. There's no doubt about that. But I just wish I had known about Neves and Outdoor 55 and Kyle Coonley at that time. But since then, Neves, both Neves, Outdoor 55, and Kyle had given me the advice I needed to be able to sharpen my knives to be paper towel cutty. Oh, let me, what did I do with the knife? Where did I put it? You guys been watching? Where did I put my damn, oh, there it is. So, let me switch cameras again. So see that part of the bevel? That's what I gotta fix. And this is what that side should look like. See that? And I gotta work on the heel a little bit more. But the heel looks okay. Just this part right here, I gotta fix, because it should look, like I said, like that. But that's okay. It obviously cuts. Well, I didn't check the tip. Alrighty, folks. Been on for well, a little over 2 hours. 2.5 hours now. And I think it's time to call it quits, because TCAL 030 comes awfully early in the morning. I'm going to try to make the TCAL live stream before they sign off. I'll probably get up at 9. No, they end at 9. I'll shoot to get up at 8, and I'll see y'all there. If not, I'll see you on Zach's or the many other live streams, the Barbies, Adventure 50 tomorrow. But y'all have a good night. Hit that like button. the thumbs up, and please leave me a message on the chat after the live stream. I would appreciate it. You all have a good night. Keep your blade sharp and your wood hard. Night, y'all.